Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back. As always, huge massive thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. So I'm coming back again with another set from the free gift with magazine number 82, the Crafting with Hunkydory magazine. This free kit is called Spring Feelings. Beautiful, light, matte-tastic artwork. Beautiful. It is just stunning. This one is probably the prettiest set out of all of them, I think. This one's called Nature Trails, and you've got your sort of hikers and your walkers and your sort of young lady in the sort of meadow there. We've got an especially for you sort of button, a dragonfly button, 2 tags, Life is the Most Wonderful Adventure and Love Blossoms from Within, and then the dragonflies with Let Your Dreams Take Flight. You've got the sort of foiled butterfly detail all through. This one is really pretty, and then the foiled piece has got that beautiful border. Again, your sort of hiking couple and your butterfly and your dragonfly detail and your little dots of the trail as well. So pretty. This piece is the printed, and I just love this. I think it's really cool. You could do loads of things with that. That would suit loads of different topics. And then the printed papers, the one that matches the cherry blossom and this sort of green sort of tiled. Don't really know how to describe that really, but it is very pretty. So let's jump into the first card. So I'm going to do like a little foldback card, but I wanted to do it on a 5x7. So I'm going to use the biggest topper on there. Let me just bring that back in. This one, and it is very nearly 5 across. I think it's about 4.5, and then it's pretty much 6 in the length, 6 inches in the length. So if I go 5x7, it is going to fill everything left to right pretty much, but there will be a bit of space at the top and the bottom for sentiments, etc. So I've got a piece of this is Ink Me cardstock. I've taken out of the A3 pad, and I've cut it to 7x10, and I'm going to start by putting my halfway point in, which is the 5, and then I'm going to come in at 2.5. Let's do that little fold back element. So let's pop that one out of the way. Maybe that till next time, and then we can come in and give this a burnish down. And then we're going to fold this one back. Now, I still have been very naughty and haven't printed out those inserts. I had planned to make time for it today, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I will definitely get that done tomorrow. I've got not a lot on tomorrow, so I will definitely get that done and show you them. But that's the card. You can see we've got that little fold back there. And let's bring in our trimmer. Now I'm going to apologise because this isn't the first time on one of my videos that I'm not using Hunkydory Miri card, purely because I have been working on something over the weekend, and I used the last little bit of it up. So I have got some more on order, but I'm making do with this. This would have come from, it's from Mum's collection really, but it would have come from either a pound shop, the range, somewhere like that. Okay, so I'm just cutting this down to 2 notches under the 5 and 2 notches under the 7, and that's going to go under our back piece. And then I want a piece for here which is going to be 2.5x7. So again, I'm going to take 2 notches off that, and 2 notches off the 7. Oh, we're already there. That's perfect. And that's going to go onto there like so. Okay, and then the one that I'm going to use is this beautiful scenic one. Now I want this to go on the back because I want to make the most of it, even though you could use an insert if you wanted to. And I bet there's an insert that's got this printed on, and I'll be kicking myself about it later, but I just want this beautiful detail coming through. So I'm going to cut that at 4 3/4, and then I want to cut this down to 6 3/4. And I think what I'm going to do is take the border at the bottom off. Hopefully I've not taken too much. Ooh, look at that, nearly. And then just take a little bit of that sky off. So that's 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. Just checking that fits on there quite nicely, and it does. So basically, as I wanted the whole scene rather than that bit of decoration, I thought that would work out better for me. And then I'm going to take the printed papers. Not sure which side I'm using yet, but we will cut it to size. So this needs to be 2 1/4. Oops, glues are on the roll, by 6 3/4. And then I think I'm probably going to end up using that pink side. It is very pretty. And that's to them. I might use the green, but we'll see how it looks in a second. So let's pop that away. That's all the cutting done on this card for a moment. And I'm going to bring in the glues I'm going to be using. Same ones I usually use really. I've got the Cloud All-Purpose Glue. I've got the Cloud Tacky Glue. And I've got the Hunkydory Permanent Dot Tape Pen, which I'll use on the paper. So just going to pop some tacky in those corners. A little bit of all-purpose all along. Okay, and then again, there goes ends. He's feeling a lot better today. I knew he turned a corner yesterday when, because he'd been a little bit under the weather, not major. When he brought his ball in to play. And I did some ironing and he was like, yeah, we can kick the ball while you're there. So I knew he was on the mend then. And he may well go crazy at some time during this video because I know my sister is expecting an Amazon parcel. And as you know, Henry is the parcel police. So we're just matting and layering these up. I am going to go with that cherry blossom side. It's just too pretty not to. So instead of using the tacky glue, I'm just going to use those dots in the corner. I should still be able to just wiggle this around until I'm happy. And then press those dots down and that will keep it into place. So you can see we've got this quite oriental looking card really. It's quite giving me quite oriental vibes. But let's bring in our beautiful topper. Got our little hiking people with their little hiking sticks. So that's going to go onto there. I think we'll just go with this especially for you button. Probably that will go up there, but I may come down the bottom with that one, we'll see. But let's bring these out. Now this frame has got a right side and a wrong side because we've got this wildflower border at the bottom. So obviously I want to make sure that I'm popping that on. And I'm going to grab my scissors. There's just one Very proud pip there. One there. And just looking at this on here, I want to put my foam pads just shy of the center point. So I've got some that I've already trimmed down beforehand, so I'm hoping these will be around about the right size. It's not quite, oh right, it's quite close. And these are 1mm foam pads, just in case I didn't say before. Pop that to there. And actually I'm going to go a bit conservative with that one, because I want there to be support right up to the edge, but not too far over the edge. Yeah, that's going to be fine. Okay, so let's just pop these off. She says, just got to get my nail underneath it. A bit of tacky glue just to give me that little bit of time to correct things if I don't quite get it in the right place first time. Just move it out of the way. And then what I want to do is pop that pretty much central on my card. A little bit over to the, see, this is why we have those tacky glue. I think that will do. That's not quite straight, but let's just check with my little I feel like it's good. The ruler says it's good, so this is good. Okay, next then, just a little bit of a cheat. We're going to pop that piece in. I'm going to grab some 2mm foam pads, and we're just going to pop a nice amount on here to support. I'm not going to be using that middle frame. I don't very often use them, to be honest. If you've been watching me a little while, you'll know. Sometimes I just think there's a bit more value to be had by not using them on these, and also it's nice to just have that bit of the background coming through behind it. So I feel like it leads you into the card a little bit further. So even though I know pretty much where I'm putting this top at, I am just going to give myself that little bit of room to go wrong. We can pop that one in, and then we can pop this one out gently, because I don't want to rip it, we still want to use it, just not particularly on this card. There we go. There we go, we've got it. Okay, so that's how we are looking at the moment, and I'm thinking that corner is going to be better than that one. Yeah, for sure. We could go ahead and pop it on there, but I think it's going to put a bit too much weight there, so I'm going to pop that behind. Again, we'll use these 2mm ones. A little bit of glue. And that's going to provide a bit of support when the card's closed as well. So for the gems, I decided I was going to go with blue ones. Now I put them aside safe, there they are. I'd already decided I was going to use these because I thought the blue, there's quite a lot of blue tones in this card, so it's all going to go quite nicely. Now I'm going to turn it around this way. I'm just going with the more sort of bluey ones. There's blue, turquoise and sort of clear on here. And I'm just going with these darker ones. 3 there. And then we'll go with two there. And that is going to be card number 1. I can see a gem has just gone flying out. So let's pop you back in there. Okay, so there is our little fold back card. Stands like so, stands very nicely. You can just pop a little bit of insert on the back, although this is Mactastic, so it could be written over if you wanted to. But what I'm going to do is just get set up for card number 2. So for card number 2, I've gone back to my 300 GSM white cardstock. I've got a piece of 6x12 I've just folded into a 10th fold. I've got a piece of 3x6, and then this is 4 1/4 by 6. Okay, I'm going to make a sort of pop-up panel on the front. So let's start with the smallest piece first. So I've got the 3" along the top, and I'm going to score at 1/2, 1, 2 1/2. Okay, and then this one I'm going to score with the 6" along the top, and I'm scoring at 1/2 and at 1. That should be all of our scores done. So let's just give these a burnish down. So what I decided to do was just have 1/2 inch little pop up here. I think that's quite enough for what I'm planning to do. So you can see when that goes together, that's going to make little tube like so. That will go on the card, and then this will go over the top. So when the card is closed, it will still, when it's attached, fold down flat, but it will pop up when it is able to. So let's do a little bit of matting and layering. So I can go back to my Hunkydory Miri mats, thank the Lord, because I've got loads of 6x6 Miri mats. And I'm going to take 2 notches off 2 of the sides. And this is going to be for the back of our card. Because this is going to go on top of it, we do need to mat and layer pretty much behind. It's easier to do it behind, I think. And then for the other pieces, so this one is 1x6, so I'm just going to take that at 2 notches under the 1, 2 notches under the 6, that will go on there. And then this one was 4 1/4, so we're going to go to 4 and 2 notches. and then I think that's about 5 inches now. Yeah, so 2 notches under the 5. So I'm not going to be decorating any of these tabs that will be underneath. I'm not, it's not going to show that much, so I am not going to worry about that. That is those pieces there. Then I am going to need the papers again. Do I want to use the paper, or do I want to use, yeah, I'm going to use this one for my back. So this needs to be 5 3/4 square. And that will go onto there quite nicely. Now I'm wondering, I think I might do this as that border. So that's going to be at 3/4 of an inch. And we've already cut that to 5 3/4. So that is going to go onto that piece there. And then just to break that up, although you probably won't see a lot of it, we are going to go with this beautiful cherry blossom. And I'm cutting it 4 inches by 4 3/4. That should fit rather nicely on there. Like I say, you probably won't see a lot of this at all, but it's quite nice to have it there, and I can always swap that out for a bit of pink if I feel like I want to when I get there. Okay, let's do some assembly. So the first thing I need to do is pop this one on, because we are gluing this to the card. Now you can, if you are a bit short on cardstock, you could attach your little step and then cut this cardstock down to fit that space that's going to be there, which will then be 5 by 6. But I'm showing you the easier way today. And again, you know, this is Matte-tastic. You could add your sprays, stamps, you know, you can emboss it. It's a very versatile cardstock. Yeah, even though it's printed beautifully, it doesn't mean you have to let it in there. You can do loads of things to make that your own. So let's just put that on. And then what I'm going to do is just, let's just open those out. I'm going to take some red lined tape. And you don't have to do it the whole way along. I'm going to use a little bit of tacky glue as well. But just make sure you give it a good press down so that attaches. Now I'm going to stick this the same way I glue any of the pieces that go onto the bottom of my card. Let's take that off. Like I say, a bit of tacky glue. You can use your all-purpose if you prefer. And then I'm going to butt that up to the bottom of my card and then just pop that over. Give that a good press down. And then what we want to do is get this in position. So what I do is I put it in the position it will be when the card is folded. So to do that, you're going to have a 1/2 inch piece and then 1 inch. And then these 2 1/2 inch pieces are going to be behind. But of course you're only going to glue one of them, otherwise it won't pop up. So a little bit of tacky glue on those edges. And then what we can do is just put that down nice and flat. And then we've got that piece there. Now that I've got that into place, what I can do is just have a quick look at how this is going to look once I've got my topper on. So at the moment that's the design. Like I say, I can always swap out for a little bit more of that pink if all of the pink is hidden behind this, which I think it pretty much should be. So I'm just grabbing the topper, think I might use the sentiment from the little book. And pretty much going along. Oh, we're going to see that pink, so that's fine. Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop these on. And I'm going to use a little bit of the glue dots rather than the tacky glue, just because this is a smaller piece. Just get it on. And it's up to you whether you want to pop a piece in there to hide your workings or not. I tend to not, because people don't tend to look. But if it's something that bothers you, then just cut another piece, same size as this, so 2 notches under the 1 by 2 notches under the 6. And then just pop a little bit of the all-purpose glue on and slide it inside. And that will hide those workings. So that's what's going on there. Now for this piece again, we're going to need some more red line tape, which we're going to need 2 pieces. One for the top where we're going to secure it, and one for the bottom where we're going to secure it to that little box that we've made. I think what I'll do is put my layers on first of all, and then I'll just prepare my topper while this is just drying a little bit, and then we'll assemble and put the topper on. So that one's going on there like so, just making sure that is nice and straight. Yes. Again, glue dots. Okay, so let's pop that to the side, and then what I can do is just pop some foam pads on the back of here, just snip away those pips. And sometimes the pips are a bit pokey outy in the middle, sometimes they're not, so that one's not too bad. Okay, now all of this is going to go on there, I believe. Oh, so just the top and the bottom. I would be able to get a really slim pad down there, which I may put one in the middle just for support, but pretty much there's not a lot of point of putting anything there. And then all of that's going to go in, so I can pop them all over. Now I think what I'm going to do is put 2mm on the actual frame, so let's cut those straight down the middle to make some smaller ones. And yeah, it's not a right or a wrong way, just checking before I start gluing anything on. And we're just popping these along. Probably going to be okay putting those there, I think. Oops, let's just put that on straight and then we'll be able to see. Yeah, just about. Let me just take the tip off that one. So I'm just cutting into the pad really gently, just taking that little tip off. Then I need to remember that for the bottom, so not go quite so high. A tiny little piece there, which would be good. And just need a couple more. go, so that's there. And then nice and easy for that topper, you can just put 4 of these 1mm ones on. There we go. Now I did say I was going to put a slim one on there, didn't I? So let's just go in with this. Cut it in half again. So this is just 1/4 of a pad. And I'm just going as close as I can to that. That's fine. Okay. So now this should be dry enough for us to attach. So what I'm going to do is fold that bit down flat. I'm going to take the top piece off here, making sure trying to make sure at least it stays flat. And then what I need to do is line this up on the bottom of my piece, how that is going to go. And I think about there is the middle. It doesn't look too straight. No, that's that really gone. If in doubt, sorry, you can see my head. That looks straight. Okay. And then while that is still there, what we can do is pop that off. A little bit of glue. Remembering I've only got 1 inch in length, so I don't want to go too high with that glue. And then making sure that stays flat, you can just go in and pop that down. And then when that's up, it's going to pop up beautifully like that. So you've got that dimension to it. Okay. So now we can just race on with these. Only thing I need to think about after these is going to be just quickly grabbing a sentiment and from a little book. Hopefully we've got a pink or a green one. Just want a happy birthday, something like that. Although with this spring blossom it is quite Easterish, so it could easily be an Easter card, Mother's Day card, those sort of things. Okay, they are all off. So tacky glue, you could use your glue pen, purple glue pen. I'll show you the glue stick thing. This one, I've been using it quite a bit. I'll use it on the next bit and show you. It really does a good job. Now we just want to make sure, so when the card is closed, we don't want that going over the top, so you could put it anywhere on this panel. I'm going to go fairly centrally, maybe have a little bit going up at the top so we can see that pink at the bottom. Just checking you can't see any of those pads. Perfect. And then we'll pop that in just for our little marker. There we go. And the good thing about that purple glue stick is you know where you've been because it's really vivid. So as you can see, you get that lovely purpleness to it, and it still does allow you to pick it up, pop it down until you're happy with it. So that's going in there. Now what I want you to do is just get this little frame out. It's a bit like playing that game Operation. I don't know if you guys overseas have that as well, where you would have the metal edges and you have to pick the little tiny plastic bits out of his body and his nose used to light up. That's what that's like. Okay, let's grab a little bit of sentiment. Hopefully that's not all going to fall on the floor. This is a matastic one as well, which is perfect. It's a bit too green, I think. Black, no. Silvers. Skip the silvers, want the gold. We've got purple, we've got yellow, we've got blue, oh we've got pink, it's quite a vivid pink, but let's see what that looks like just for you, cousin. I'm liking that. Let me just quickly flick through in case there's anything else I like. It's like pink. The same one. It's a little bit less. With love on your baptism, anniversary, congratulations, awesome parents to be. No, I think we're, and that's a bit too big, that happy birthday there, so I think just for your cousin is going to be fine. Just put that down. I'll go with 2mm on this one, and then we need some gems as well. Okay, we'll use that little glue stick again. Now it has been on my desk for a little while now, and I have been using it more. Let's just bring that round, just pop you up. Pop that in, like so. And then, should we go, I think we'll go green with the gems. Maybe go with these darker ones though this time. So pop one. That was a bit more medium sized. Come up. These car alarms going off. 2, 3. And then I'm going to bring in a little one on that corner. Oops. And a little one on that corner. So we've got a 5. Just give that a little press down so it stays in there. And that is going to be card number 2. Obviously it does need that insert, which I haven't printed out yet. I will put that on tomorrow's job. That is how it will look from the top, but you can see you've got all that lovely bit of lift there. Just bring that back in. So that's card number 2. Let's bring back in card number 1. Okay, so there is another set on this one, so I will have a little play with that next time. After that, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be moving to, so it's going to be as much a surprise to me as it is to you. But that's it for today, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your continued support. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye.